1.2 million homes by 2029, a 5-year, massively ambitious target. Could it be done?
Dreaming.
Your Albanese government has committed to building 1.2 million homes over 5 years. That's 240,000 homes every year, which is a massively bold number. And when you strip out the politics and look at the actual data, the gap between ambition and delivery becomes really fucking obvious. This isn't about ideology, it's about logistics. And first of all, where did the number come from? It wasn't drawn from a study of council approvals, industry capacity, or workforce availability. It came from a backwards projection, which means we took net overseas migration that has exploded. They ran the numbers on how many homes we'd need to avoid worsening the housing crisis. And that's how we got to 1.2 million. But recognizing need doesn't create building capacity. And that's the problem here. That's where it all falls down. This chart shows just how far we've pushed migration. Net overseas immigration has more than doubled the post war average. These are the highest inflows in the history of our country. To keep up, we'd have to build 240,000 homes per year. But the last time we even came close to that was 2016, when conditions were ideal. Even then, we topped out at around 220,000. So completions have dropped significantly. The red line is the housing target, the blue line is reality, and the green line, that's the most optimistic forecast we've got. And it still misses the mark. Look at the forward indicators. If we're going to hit 240,000, you'd expect approvals to be rising, but they're falling and falling dramatically. In April 25, total dwelling approvals fell nearly 6%. Multi-unit approvals fell 20%. Here's the long-term view. You can see the trends for yourself. Approvals peaked years ago. Since then, we've been drifting downwards, not climbing. The volume simply isn't there. There's no shortage of work for good builders that run good operations. What we do lack is a fast approval process. Everything gets stuck in council. We see what comes out, but we don't see the number going in. And I know personally from running my own building company for 16 years, the profitability of your building company is 100% based around how fast you can turn things around on building approvals. But it's not just approvals. Private capital investment in equipment critical for construction has also dropped. Have a look at this one. Dropped. Private capex fell 1.3% last quarter. That's a leading indicator of activity. If the sector was preparing to build more, investment would be rising. But it's not. No one's buying equipment because no one's expecting to be building anything. So let's summarize this. Migration is at record highs. Housing completions are below target. Approvals are plummeting. Private sector investment is weakening. Costs are rising. And planning bottlenecks remain unchanged. We haven't addressed the structural issues, the zoning delays, cost inflations, tradie shortages, infrastructure, or financing. None of that. You can't hit a delivery target if you don't change the delivery system. I'm all for bold targets and I see nothing wrong with massive ambition. But as a business owner, I know that in order to reach a target or a milestone, I've got to have a plan in place to get there. I can't just pluck a number out of the air and tell my people in my company that we're going to make $50 million next year without showing them how we're going to do that, the steps along the way, whose job it is to get there, what we've got to put in place and what we've got to develop as far as a supply chain to do that. Not to mention the incentives for people to want to get into the market.
Tell him he's dreaming.
Yeah,